About Hong Kong. Cheapest
In
noodles
this video,
today.
we traveled all the way to Hong Kong to take on this city's most extreme noodles. Hong Kong is a city of over 7 million people, and the food here is highly influenced by Cantonese cooking. And when I say it's influenced, what I mean is that it is Cantonese food, and that includes the noodle.
Today, we're going on the ultimate
Noodles
Hong Kong noodle tour.
from
We'll
Kung
be
Fu
trying
Panda.
Hong Kong's cheapest noodle, Hong Kong's oldest noodle, Hong Kong's best noodle, and finally, Hong Kong's most
They
expensive
probably
noodle.
make some
First,
good
we're
ass
starting
noodles.
with Hong Kong's absolute cheapest noodles. Let's head now to our first location under the guidance of Virginia. She is the operator of Humid with a Chance of Fish Balls, a tour company here in Hong Kong. Let's head to our first location. Right behind us, Virginia, what is the name of this place and how cheap are the noodles exactly?
Top Gek Thai, and you can get noodles for $1.30.
$1.30?
Yeah.
It's cheap
On
as
the
hell.
street?
That's right.
That's wild.
And apparently they sell 5,000 rice rolls a day.
The best part about this location is she
I
has
don't know
not
about
gotten
that.
permission yet, so we're about to go in and maybe get yelled at. So this is not a joke. She brought envelopes full of money. Smart.
I also brought my actual tour guide license to show that I'm legit.
This is never gonna work.
Hello, 你好啊，我想問下有冇經理或者老闆啊？
All right, she's gone inside. She's talking to somebody
oh my
inside,
God.
and she is gone.
She said okay.
She said, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so right here, the steamer is open, and you can see there are tons of rolled noodles inside. That is soy sauce. Then we get some sesame sauce, and then some
Yeah,
sweet
I don't
poison
know
sauce, and then
about that,
sesame
buddy.
seeds on top, and then a stick. Yes, and then a chili sauce being added as well. These noodles are giving me anxiety over here. I can't believe how fast she made those. Okay, let's go eat. So here we have our dish. Come take a look.
He's
Now, you
shaking.
may know the first way they're making it cost so little, perhaps a lack of protein. It's just a rice batter that they spread, steam, and roll up. After that, they're just piling on a load of different flavors. Although I heard that there's some animal lard, the cheapest part of the animal. Our first course of the day, let's give it a shot.
It might be
my
the
Lord,
best
it's
one.
sweet, it's savory, it tastes like sweet diner jam. That's strange. Is it supposed
Sometimes
to be
the
this
cheaper
sweet?
stuff
Yes, because of the hoisin
is
sauce.
better than the
This
most
is our,
expensive
kids'
stuff.
favorite breakfast and after-school snack.
No wonder it suits me so well. I find it to be delicious, very unique. When I just saw like the plain rice rolls, I was like, oh, that's not gonna have any flavor. But really, they've piled on the flavor here. It's got a little bit of everything. It's basically peanut butter and jelly noodles, right?
That's exactly right.
What the hell?
Food expert.
Yeah,
So that's our first
I
location.
don't know about that, buddy.
$1.30 for noodles, super cheap.
Peanut
But next,
butter.
we're moving to a location where they're serving one of the oldest noodles you will find in Hong Kong. Boom, and we have come to our second noodle location right here. Virginia, tell me more about it.
We're at a one-ton noodle shop, and it started in 1946 as a street cart vendor, and then in 1961 it's moved over here.
This noodle shop is
W.
recommended on the Michelin Guide. They are known for one exceptional dish. That dish
Started
is
from the
the...
bottom now
Wonton
here.
noodles.
What do you think makes the wonton noodle stand out above every other type of noodle?
It's comforting, it's slurpable,
That's a Kung Fu
it's
Panda one.
delicious, and it's the first thing I want to eat when I come back to Hong Kong.
Let's go inside and check it out. All right, so right now I'm walking through the very small dining room. I'm heading into the kitchen. This is where all the magic happens. We have the broth, we have wontons, we have the noodles, and all of that is gonna join forces soon. So the dish starts with the wontons. The wontons are already formed, but they're gonna blanch them right here in the hot water first. So let's talk about the broth right here. This is made with pork bones, but there's also dried flounder, dried shrimp roe, and dates as well.
They got
takes out
that
the wontons, so
thing
he takes
ready.
a nice plump bunch of those, he puts them in the bowl, and then he soaks the whole bowl with that rich broth. Then my noodles hit the net here on this side. That's getting blanched right now. He gives them a little bit of a
That's a
flip,
pretty
give them a little
cool
bit of
way to
bath,
make 'em.
and then boom,
I ain't
apply
gonna
those
lie.
to the top of the bowl. Scallions on top of that, and that bowl is complete. Guys, wonton noodles are probably my favorite noodles in the world.
Wow, I didn't know that. Over pho? Your wife is here.
My wife is holding the camera at the moment, but technically there would be a world or a reality in which this is my favorite over pho. So for me, I just love an egg noodle. It's all about the texture. It's got some chew to it. Cheers. It is a thin al dente noodle. As you're ripping through each chopstick, you can
Maruchan
feel
right there.
each strand of noodles breaking against your teeth. It's so delicious, like eating the hair of an angel, roughly speaking. What fascinates me about the broth is that they're using dried seafood, they're using pork bones. That's how you get a very layered, complex broth. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so savory, and these little green scallions that come with it imbue so much flavor. Next, we're going to the wontons. They put 5 plump, beautiful, wrinkly wontons inside.
Wonton.
That's such a good wonton. Oh, I'm in love. Wife, give it a shot. Let me know what you think. It was good. It's really good. I'm gonna take one more wonton. I can taste pork, I taste the shrimp really exploding.
And it's
inside.
probably
So
more
this is one
fresh
of the best
over there,
bowls of noodles
too.
I've ever had in Hong Kong, but also in my life.
Compared
But
to
we're
here.
not done here. From here, we're headed to a 1-star Michelin-rated noodle restaurant that specializes only in noodles. I know what you're thinking. That's not 3. Yeah, but it's a lot better than 0. How many do you have? Sorry, I'm getting defensive. Let's head there now. Next on our noodle
I'm
journey,
surprised
one of
they
the best
still up.
noodles you will find in Hong Kong, and you'll find it in a
1-star.
mall. But some French guys who own a tire company say it's really good. And the noodle we're going to be trying here is called.
乾炒牛河
We all remember that from our childhoods. Wait, what? What kind of noodle is it?
rice
Oh,
noodle,
Tom.
and they make it fresh daily. They put in a wok and they stir fry it.
Fantastic. I believe this is going to be my first time ever trying this noodle. Let's head to the
Okay, put
kitchen
this
now
on
and
there.
check it out. Good.
It's also
Yeah, this is
the
my
first
man.
ever noodle shop in Hong Kong to receive a Michelin star.
Say again.
It's the first.
So right now we're walking through the restaurant and heading
1
into the
star?
kitchen where they make this stir-fried
Damn.
noodle dish. Entering through this door, passing by the dim sum
That's kinda
station and the
crazy.
chef right here next to the wok station. Sir, let's get into it. So we have all of our ingredients right here, including beef. These are the beautiful rice noodles. We have yellow chives. We have scallions. We have onion, and then we have bean sprouts. Step 1, put oil into a crazy hot wok. Then he hits the beef with a little bit of oil and slides that gently into the oil. My God, he's basically
That'll be
deep
done
frying
like
the beef at
2
this point.
seconds.
Glorious. Next, he grabs the onions. Those hit the oil too. So that gets put to the side.
getting
We're not gonna be
hungry.
eating
I
all that
haven't
oil
ate,
today. The next step,
bruh.
we have the bean sprouts and then the rice noodles. Oh, look at that technique. Just making it dance. Scallions are going in. A little MSG, salt, and sugar. And then we've got some yellow chives.
But he just
Toss this
got
back in the meat with the onion. Keep it moving.
a
keep it
hot-
moving.
a
Hit
wet
it with a little bit of
towel
sauce. That is homemade
doing
soy
that
sauce
shit.
he just put
That's
in,
crazy.
And that gives it all this beautiful color. The dish has completely transformed. He
That
lights
pot
it on
is hot as
fire.
hell,
That
too.
was some lard. Alas, the dish is complete.
That looks
Look
good,
at that
though.
sheen. Right here we have the final product. It looks amazing. Thank you, chef. All right, folks, we have our
real
noodles
good right there.
right here. Even after doing this all this time, when I set up lights in a room, I get a little self-conscious. I feel like people might be looking at me, judging me. But here's the reality. I want you to know if you try
People
to do
don't
something
be
similar to
looking
what
for
I'm
real.
doing right now, and you're worried like, oh my God, people are judging me, guess what? They are. Especially me. Probably me the most. Let's eat. Okay, I'm gonna start with the beef. The beef is thinly sliced, super
It's not like you
lean.
can
Virginia
understand them
says it
anyways.
comes from the butt of the cow. Is that right, Virginia?
Correct. It's the most tender with beef flavor.
Okay, I'm not sure who told her the most tender part of the cow was in the butt, but that's what she thinks. Let's find out. Wow.
Was I right?
That's tender.
looks
It's
real
almost
good,
somewhat
bro.
spongy. There's a strong taste of soy sauce in here. Let's mix up these noodles and get a nice big bite. Oh my God. Wow. The noodles are glistening. You can see there's a sheen on these.
The sheen and the glisten is from the lard they use at the very end.
Ah, see? Lard does have a purpose.
Hmm.
Aside from soy sauce,
She
there
helped in
is that
something.
flavor, that smokiness that comes from the wok. I think people call it wok hay.
Wok hay, the breath of the wok.
That's definitely what I'm tasting. Some
Oh,
wok bread.
yeah.
Finally, I'm told this is a hot sauce that I should be trying. Cheers. Oh man, very sour,
Hot sauce on
salty,
noodles
and a
and stuff?
lot of heat.
I don't
This
know.
is really an incredible plate of noodles, and it costs $18.33.
Damn.
So this was a fantastic noodle experience, but not our final noodle
That's a big
experience.
old plate,
because we're
though.
going to be trying next the most expensive noodles we can find here in Hong Kong.
Walk it.
This location right behind me
Walk it
doesn't
like I
actually
talk it,
seem
walk
like
it,
they would
walk
have
it
an
like I
expensive
talk
bowl of noodles. It looks like just a typical run-of-the-mill Hong Kong diner. But in fact, here they have a bowl of noodles they're selling for $58.
Damn.
Virginia, how are they getting to that price?
It's the beef.
Which part of the cow is the meat coming from?
It's a very specific part. Let me try to demonstrate. Now, if I were a cow, so
Hey,
it's the ribeye and the
yo.
brisket, and it's like 1%, and you only have it on both sides, so there's only 2 pieces of it, and it's fresh beef.
No, please stop. Let's just go
You
inside
gotta
and
get
take a
that
look.
man in
Boom.
trouble,
I stepped
bruh.
into the
His
noodle
wife
room, and I'm
recording.
here with the noodle maestro himself, and he's about to embark on this beef noodle mission. Let's get to it. It all starts in here with the beef. I mean, that is exactly what Virginia described. We come back into the
Yeah,
noodle
that's
room,
the
and
whole
then
slab
he
right
gets the
there.
cleaver out. Time for some serious business. Wow, that thing's sharp. So he's carefully taking off some of that lard. Now he's cutting thin slices of this portion right here. This is gonna cook instantly in the hot broth. The next move is to grab the noodles. This is a thin white vermicelli jelly noodle. Puts it in the basket. It
I
only
would
takes a
love to go
moment
try
before
just
those noodles
noodles all
slide right
day,
into the
bro.
bowl. He blanches some
I
greens,
love
not
noodles.
knowing that I don't actually care about vegetables. But he does it anyways. The veggies go on top of the noodles. Now the beef heading into the basket and being dropped into this beef bone broth.
I never
It only
seen
takes
no
a moment
one
of the
cook
searing
that
hot
way,
broth
bro.
to just barely
That's
kiss
pretty
the beef
interesting.
before it's already cooked through. He brings the beef
like
back
it.
and plops it on top of the noodles. He hits it with a little bit of garlic oil and then more of that beef bone broth saturating the noodles. Green onions on top, and that dish is complete. Now the chef is pouring some soy sauce and a bit of chili oil. Thank you, chef. Ngoisai. All right, folks, we have our
Ngoisai.
final noodle of this video. Virginia, how did you
Yeah.
find this place?
Should have cooked it a little bit more
I
though.
went on the internet and searched most expensive bowl of noodles. And
It's
then
that
there
simple.
was an article that was very divided about this bowl of noodle. So I was like, ooh, maybe Sunny should try.
Wow, controversial. I will tell you in the end if I think it's worth it. First of all, he did not skimp on the beef. Look at the marbling on that. It's like a nice netted texture of fat and protein. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip. Let's give it a shot.
And man
Super
just
salty.
watching him.
Oh, it's spicy too. And then the feel of the meat is super satisfying. Oh my God, I better eat some more meat. There's so much meat.
That's how
Aside
you
from the
eat it
beef,
right
this
there.
is a beautiful, rich broth. Not very salty, but it has a lot of beefiness to it, but I like it. Meanwhile, I forgot it's a noodle tour. I'm gonna take some with the beef. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of sauce, pick up some beef and some noodles together.
I did.
The noodles are delicious. They're actually keeping their shape pretty well for being a rice noodle, and they're soaking up all that broth, adding even more beefiness and a little bit of balance to each bite. This is a tough call. Would I, in my normal life, spend $58 on a bowl of noodles like this? I'd probably be tempted just to get the typical like wonton noodles or something like that. Regarding whether it's delicious or not, oh, it's delicious. Regarding the price, I'm not so sure about that. But what we're gonna do next is review the 4 different noodles we tried so far today, and I'm gonna tell you which one was my absolute favorite. In this video, we tried 4 different types of noodles.
Second
we had
one is
the
the
rice
best, I
noodle
think.
rolls. We had wonton noodles. We had 1 Michelin star rice noodles that were fried with beef.
That
And
one
then we
looks
had
good,
these noodles
too.
that we just had here that were very expensive, also made with beef. But the one noodle that absolutely won my heart over had to be the wonton noodles. Those were just some of the best wontons I ever had in my life. It was just like a firecracker of porky, shrimpy goodness. It was so good. Before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to Virginia for making this trip
Thank you,
possible.
thank you,
She is
thank you.
running a tour company called Humid with a Chance of Fish Balls. And this is
What
a
kind of
great
a
way to make
name?
use of your time while you're in Hong Kong. Go to her website, book a tour, and make the most of your time in Hong Kong, whether it's by going to a food tour or doing something else.
We also have mahjong classes, Instagram videos, and YouTube videos. So all the information will be here or here, correcto?
Is she now deciding where all the information is?
She said you gotta give me a free
That is it for
promo,
this
buddy.
one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.
Like, subscribe, comment. Bye bye.